Hey guys, what's going on? It's Herblin with a brand new episode of Dwarf Fortress. I've used Dwarf Fortress hack to clean up some of the blood and gunk and some of the crap laying around. Again, keeping frame rate in mind, very important at this stage in the game for me. I've got a couple of junk items laying around, a couple new things, silver weapons, all this nice, amazing stuff. But besides junk items, we actually have some very valuable things in here. Now, we also have a human lasher who's survived the attack. And he's sitting in our moat right now. His right lower leg is gone, right upper arm is gone, or her, and her left upper leg is fractured and left upper leg dented, so I can't imagine her getting out of this one. But have fun swimming in there, Ongo, you dickhead. Thanks for ruining the fortress, killing off some very, very amazing dwarves who I'm still grieving. But on top of that, we have a couple of valuable items in here that I'd like to retrieve that are in the moat. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's something we're going to be able to do quite yet. So, here we have a steel spear even. One notable kill. This was crafted by Wilhelm Coppercap. I don't want to lose that. That's a Mastercraft spear. Sure, it's in the moat, but we'll get it. We'll get it somehow. There's an iron battle axe. It was used by Eteb Luzlimurmub something. The Axe Lord, one of our fallen dwarves, and an iron spear in here. This was owned by Aben Oshten, something, the Spearmaster, another fallen dwarf. And I'd like to retrieve these things. These are very valuable to the fortress. Very valuable. And I don't want them to go. So I'm going to try something a little different here, and I'm actually going to just in the background run something. Which one was water intake of these ones? Water intake, direct intake. I think it's this one. So I'm going to have this lever pulled, have it set on a high priority, and hopefully we're going to see that get shut off. And I'm not sure if the water is just going to flood over this dam or what. I should have put some floodgates here instead of a regular dam, but whatever. We'll have to deal with that. We'll see what happens when that gets pulled, and we'll check back on that. Still waiting on the dwarves to make their trade depot so that we can trade with some of the dwarves that have come by. Wow, so we have a human Lasher Den here. You can take a look at this guy. He's not in good shape. He has like some limbs missing. I don't know how he's managed to get out of the water section, but he's dragging his corpse along here. He's in really bad shape, but he's dragging his corpse along, it looks like, through the muddy, hollowed-out river bank. Really strange, really bizarre. We should definitely kill this guy off. He's an asshole, and I think this might have been one of the guys that all of our dwarves before were jumping in after, which is kind of horrible. So let's get a kill order going on this guy and get somebody out there just to cut him down. Why is he in the riverbank? Is he still planning to try to kill us? Or I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Oh, no, actually, it looks like he's going to get away. He's running off. Not able to quite catch up with him. That's kind of weird, though. I wonder what kind of life he'll live with all those missing limbs. Should be interesting. I should look this guy up later, once this fortress is over. You know, it's been a while since anything really interesting has happened at our fortress. And it's as if the game doesn't seem to think that we have enough going on right now. A forgotten beast has come and shown up. A huge feathered cockroach. Has a curling trunk and it's ravening. Its pumpkin feathers are long and broad. Beware its noxious secretions. This is absolutely terrifying. This is something that has come from the depths and intends on killing us. This is really bad news for Bite Labor, guys. Very bad news. Unfortunately, Ryuk in the comments section has specifically requested that his dwarf go head-to-head with the first Forgotten Beast solo. So, I'm very sorry to the the geared battles, but you're about to lose your leader. And it's of his own free will that he's made this choice. He is still alive to make that choice. Something you may notice off camera I've done is actually assign a couple of our somewhat okay dwarves to the geared battles. I mean, we've got a proficient spear dwarf. These are really the best that we had secondary. And they are, helping out. These are the new recruits. Another thing that I've done is just completely gotten rid of the what was that other squad? That really junk squad, the girders. They're completely gone. Bars of metal, I've recruited the girders into, and whoever was left was just disbanded. So the bars of metal absorbed any of the girders that were somewhat trained, and then on top of that I took in a couple of just recruits that were peasants. And then the geared battles took in anybody that was decent out of the bars of metal. So the bars of metal has taken a big hit and it's diluted, and the geared battle is also very diluted. Still very, very strong though, I think. So I'm going to set up a special squad. Maybe I'll assign Ryuk to his own squad under military commander and send him after this forgotten beast, and see what can be done. It's not a good day for bite labor, guys. Not a good day at all. Alright, so I've got Ryuk put into his own squad. I've re-equipped him, which was kind of annoying because I moved him and all his gear stayed behind. I've actually put Morny in charge of the geared battles now. Morny, the Mace Lord, now in charge of the geared battles. And that'll be okay. And then I just had a random bars of metal person come and replace for Morny. Anyway, so creative pillars, we've got Ryuk in charge here just by himself. He's got on a nice steel breastplate, helmet, greaves, gauntlets, boots. I think the helmet there. He's got Gomithicur, his trusty iron shield, and Albalazmil, his nice iron axe that he carries with him everywhere. Albalazmil standing for the renown of merchants, which is interesting because he killed a bunch of merchants with it. So I get him all geared up, and then I go to look for this creature, and it's no longer here. Pretty much the second that I got Ryuk ready and geared up, the forgotten beast decided just to leave. It ran off into the further depths of the caverns and is no longer anywhere to be seen. So all I can really hope for is that it comes back, because right now Ryukon's just kind of wandering around working on random jobs. Let's see if we can find him. Let's zoom to him real quick. Where do I do that? Go to unit. There we go. Oops. That's not right. Search that again. Ryuk. There. So what's he doing now? He's storing items in stockpiles. That's what he does now. He just wanders around doing tasks. He's just a regular dwarf. Regular guy. That's kind of strange, all things considered. Let's see, is he unhappy with is she unhappy with being taken off of duty? She's married, has little patience, 84 years old. Didn't feel anything after seeing a goblin die, being bored, content, bored. Doesn't seem to be too upset. Doesn't seem to be upset about being relieved from duty. She was afraid after experiencing trauma, but she didn't feel anything after seeing a goblin die. She didn't feel anything after seeing a dwarf died. So she's pretty used to these things by now. Doesn't seem to be too upset about losing command of the geared battles. Maybe it's time for a career change for Ryuk. Maybe Ryuk can become the new militia commander overall. Maybe that would be a good step, you know? Maybe that would be not the worst thing in the world for her. But that's something that I'll have to take a look into and do at some point. Right now, what we need to get done before these dwarves leave, we need a mason to come down and work on this trade depot so that we can get some of this garbage sold. We've got so much stuff here. I've taken away all the chores of stockpiling this junk. I don't want anybody dragging stuff in here, so I've removed the dump zone here for finished goods. And instead, I just want the finished goods that are in here. They're kind of shitty. A lot of them aren't that great. A lot of them have damage done to them, like you can see here. It's showing some wear. And yeah, anyways, all this stuff, we're going to sell it. It's not the best, but we're going to sell it in mass. But I don't want people dragging down. I don't want dwarves dragging more junk down there right now, because there's a lot more junk to be dragged. And that's something we can't deal with. Still waiting for this river section to drain. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but I don't see water pouring up over here. I don't see it pouring up over the dam. It seems to just be blocked and not going anywhere, so I'm not sure what to expect from that. Maybe we can just drain the river. Maybe once it pours off down here, we'll lose water eventually, and maybe we don't need a moat. Maybe we can just leave that as is, because I'm not too thrilled with the way water's been going. I mean, we could take a look at it. We've got dwarves galore down here. Lots of dead things. Why is this there? Wow, there is so much stuff down here, man. We should claim up. I guess most of it's junk, to be honest. Copper breastplate. Copper breastplate on the item. On the item is a rendition of the ungodly hunger. a finely designed image of kumquat trees, which is a symbol of Muka's dungeons, a goblin civilization made from wild boar hoofs. Neato. And we've got some corpses down here. We've got lots of junk, lots of gross old things down here at the very bottom of the old river. Pretty cool that we got it blocked off, though. It's neat, very muddy place with peaches that we can't eat, I don't think. But yeah, hopefully, I'm thinking this will eventually drain out. We'll see this all drain. Then we can come down here and clear out some of the bodies. Like, look at all these things down here that we gotta dump out. And I want to retrieve. I really want to come down here and retrieve some of these weapons. Because, come on, these are really cool. These are pieces of our history. We don't want to lose that, right? Like, look at this. Iron gauntlet, iron shields, helmets, things. I don't think we lost anything named. Thank God. But, oh my God, celery stew and biscuits, beet plant biscuits, those are all down there. We definitely need those. But no, really, some of the weapons and things I'm not ready to give up on. I want to see these come back into the fortress. And I think it's important that we get those and respect a little bit of our heritage with these things. Ooh, a silver pike that killed a dwarf. The human pikeman killed a dwarf in 130. That wasn't even here. That was... Or maybe that was here. I don't know. But either way, pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff to retrieve out of the bottom of the moat. But that's going to be a while. As this is draining very slowly, you can see our frames per second at 18 right now. Again, recording does not do any good for that. Still working on these farms. I'm going to start placing more farm plots down. Hopefully we'll get some food churning out of there. I think this wall, this wall is still being worked on, thankfully. It's just going to take a while. The lack of doors. We don't have a lot of idlers. We have like 4 right now, but there's lots of jobs for them to be doing. There's a lot of things that are being built, lots of towers, lots of random stuff in the trade depot, which is the most important thing to me, that we really need. We definitely need that done. Also, we have this roadway being built. That's a really slow process, building these paved roads. Suspended. Maybe it's better to have it suspended right now. Maybe I should suspend all of these. Yeah, I'm going to suspend all of them, because whatever. Why not? We'll get it done once we have the trade depot. But I do want a roadway here going up to the main gatehouse and across, and then over this one, and blah, blah, blah. I've used Dwarf Fortress Hack to clear out some of the liquids and stuff, like a lot of the vomit. There's some now that's regenerated, but I got rid of a lot of the blood and stuff with it to try to free up some frames per second, try to speed things up a little tiny bit. Like I said, things are getting pretty slow. Maybe once we block the river, maybe things will get a little bit better too. I'm hoping that'll block. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work out. Because I would imagine the water's still coming in. It's hitting here, and it's just being stopped. What's really happening to it at that point? I would think the water pressure would build up and it would overflow the dam and overflow the floodgates and come in this way or that way. Regardless of what our plans for it are. I mean, nature isn't going to stop its course because we've asked it to, but it so far seems to be. We'll have to keep an eye on that and see how that goes. Maybe it's programmed a little differently than it works in the real world. I don't entirely know. The smelters all have their jobs to do, even if they're not doing them right now. We've got a couple steel helmets being made, as I realized that some dwarves are wearing still copper helmets and some junk. And the helmet's the most important piece as far as I'm concerned of the armor, so I want to get everybody in steel helmets. That's my goal. That's my goal right now. Yeah, everybody I want in full steel, but the first thing I'm going to do is make steel helmets for every single dwarf of military service and get them equipped with those. So that's one goal. We're still working on potash. We're burning logs into ash, and we do have a lot of trees now. We have lots and lots of trees, and we have more that we can cut down. We have lots of logs laying around, lots of plenty of resources that we're not using at this point. So that'll be a good thing. And we've got a lot of bodies and a lot of things that we need to throw out. There is so much junk laying around. So much junk. But we'll definitely get that cleared out. I'm really disappointed that Forgotten Beast left, but I'm hoping it comes back. I mean, maybe it's not too far. Maybe it'll wander back into the fortress and we'll get a chance at it, because that would be a good fight to see. I'd like to see Ryuk go head-to-head with that thing on a solo mission. So our dwarves have finally put together the trade depot. Everything's great. They're on the ball this time. They're rapidly bringing things out for trade. Like, every dwarf is going in and picking things up for trade. There is a lot of junk to bring out. Not all of it has been brought out yet, but we still have a good deal of things available that we've already assigned to be traded. So as you can see here, we have a negotiator in who has a basic understanding of the value of items. He's telling us the value of all these things. If you look at this number here, that's like the dollar value or the money value of what everything that we're offering is worth. Now he also has a base understanding of what the dwarven traders that have come to us have to offer. So I'm gonna try to offer everything that we can, and just try to work out some enormous trade deal, something giant. And this isn't everything yet. More things are going to be brought out, and we'll trade more later. We're just going to try to get rid of all our junk, all our crap, and maybe just trade it for even more food and things that we can use, ropes and materials, and hopefully things that we can get use out of. But the main idea here is to build up some prestige and get known in the dwarven community as a rich colony, somebody worthy of being introduced into their kingdom. So now that we have everything here, we can see that we have about let's see, what is that? About 12,541 worth of value, and we'll try to get a decent deal for that, and we'll see what we can get. You know what? I think I've worked out an okay deal here. We're getting the short end of the stick here. You can see that we're offering 12,541 for a value of about 9,000. Again, I'm not sure that our trader knows the entire value of what we're giving away, and I'm not sure that he understands the value of what we're getting from them, so it could be a little bit different. Plus, I want them to just accept it. They don't seem to have a lot of amazing stuff. We'd be getting a lot of food out of this, getting rid of a lot of garbage that we have laying around, trading it in for food. There's a couple steel weapons in there, steel spears and stuff. Some clear glass, green glass, and some random barrels, and just other kind of things that we can use around the fortress. Yarn, you can see lots of leaves, like blueberries and quarry bush leaves, plump helmets, all that good stuff. We'll need a lot of those for planting anyways. Cave lobsters, always good to have around. Vast for a couple anvils, maybe I'll ask for one more. And yeah, I think this would actually be okay if they accept this. Let's try it. Are you sure you want to trade? Yeah, of course they're going to take that. We give them a really good deal, and we got a lot of stuff for that. Now, hopefully, we're going to keep bringing in more and more things. We're going to bring in a lot more stuff. You can see here, we have plans to bring in more, and I can go through and even find more and more things to trade with these guys, because we have so much that we could get rid of, so much that we don't need that's laying around, and hopefully work out even more trade with these guys and get even more things exported. So we'll see about that, and we'll try to work up a good exported wealth and work our way into the class of welcoming, like getting the other dwarves to welcome us into their kingdom. That would be our end goal. We're still working on a lot of the fortress as well. So as these trade deals are going on, I'm getting a lot of other things done. We've got these are our new catacombs underway. I'm gonna have a wall here, like a wall of heroes. So anybody that doesn't have a burial spot, I want to put memorial slabs into these holes. And then on this side of the wall, I think I'm gonna do statues. So we're gonna have a pretty cool hallway here, like a hallway of heroes, I'm gonna call it, where we have like a memorial thing going on, where we have. So on this side of the hall is going to be all statues. The other side is going to be all memorial slabs. Get rid of some of the ghosts. Minus Wilhelm. Wilhelm Coppercap, he's a poltergeist. I want him to stay. He's here to stay. So that'll be cool. Yeah, Sarvish, he can go. The fishery worker that's haunting the fortress, I have no need for that. But yeah, our trade deals are working out okay. We're getting some stuff. We're getting more food. We already have a ridiculous amount of food, more than we need. But now we're going to have even more. Like, look at this. We've got food store of something like 10,000. We don't even know. A lot of food. And now we've got even more. And the plump helmets will be especially nice, because those are going to be great for planting more plump helmets in the future, so we can get more of those. And we'll be able to plant those in our underground gardens down here, in our underground farms, I guess. Actually, I don't know why. Let's just start farming plump helmets now. I think we should be able to, because we don't have a lot of seeds for other things. A lot of things we don't have the seeds to plant. Also, one other cool thing is, now that we have this weird underground area, we can harvest food down here. There's like random things growing down here. It looks like cave wheat, and yeah, cave wheat. Is this a quarry bush? Yep. Quarry bushes, mushrooms that are going to grow into things, tunnel tubes. Lots of good things to eat down here in the earth. Lots of good things. Dimple cups. So we'll have a decent food supply growing here. River's still draining, moat's still draining, still getting that. I think that's pretty cool. A goblin chemist is visiting us. We have a lot of cool visitors coming in too. Look at this. We've got guest human scholars, geographers, scholars, philosophers. Lots of scholars, a doctor, a scholar, a goblin chemist, a lady consort, a human scholar. All these interesting people coming from around the world to come visiting us. Discuss the padlock, discuss the atlas, padlock. A big padlock discussion seems to be going on. A padlock convention. Ponder distillation and discussed climate adaptation. So I guess we're turning into some kind of UN, like a Dwarven United Nations of some kind. We seem to be attracting people from all over the world, scientists and great minds that are coming to discuss the future of the world in our fortress. And yeah, that's really cool. And we're working on our trade, and we're going to keep working on that. Alright, so these guys don't really have a lot. We brought a lot of stuff out for them. We brought out $53,000, almost $54,000 worth of stuff. They don't have that much to trade back. I've been going through all their things, and they're going to make a profit of $30,000 off us. They're going to be happy. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to take it anyways. That way we'll clear out even more junk. But, like, damn, I think because we've been robbing them, they're kind of poor. So I'm just going to trade all this stuff off with them, let them take it. They should be very happy with that deal. They got a steal out of that. They stole that. So hopefully they're happy with it. I'd hope so. There's not much else that we can use out of them. We got some animals. We got some, just junk items. A lot of, stupid, like, little trinkets and steel, like, weapons and stuff that we don't really need, that we've been producing on our own so far. So yeah, not a lot that we needed there. One cool thing is we have some goblins laying around, so I'm going to start chaining goblins up in people's rooms at random and chaining goblins up around for maybe some practice later on. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for staying tuned. I'm going to call it here for this episode. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section. If you have any suggestions, if you want anything done, if you want a dwarf named after you, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, right?